Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Ordinary Guys Bourbon, your favorite bourbon tasting and review show. Today with me, a very special guest, a co-worker, Pete Neill. Pete, welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks, Dave. We worked together for several years. I'm a family man, obviously, so I'm an ordinary guy.
That's what we have for the show, Ordinary Guys.
Yeah, fit the bill here. I worked in maintenance, done a lot of different things in my career, and one of the things I've picked up along the way is bourbon tasting. So
It's delicious.
it's a perfect show.
But you were born and raised in Michigan, correct?
Absolutely.
And you moved around a couple times, I think, in Michigan. You said, or you started off in.
So I started off in Pontiac, Michigan, and
Rough town. Was it rough then or not?
I remember because I was very young.
Okay.
But then Waterfront and White Lake grew up there.
Did you ever go to the Phoenix Center in Pontiac?
Yes.
That's a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
We used to, when I had season tickets for the Lions back when I was like 16, we used to park at the Phoenix Center, and then we'd take like a public bus that would take us to like the wastewater treatment plant, and then drop us off at the Silver Dome for us to walk across like 75 or something like that, and then go see the game.
Yeah.
So, but not in downtown, I assume.
Right.
But somewhere in Pontiac.
Yeah.
And then what, Clarkston?
No, Waterford.
Waterford? Okay.
Yeah, Waterford. And then from there, White Lake, which was kind of like right on the border of Waterford
Yeah.
and White Lake.
And so after you were done with your teen years and whatnot, you started working at Fanook?
Yeah.
Right? So I was down there, and that was before you got into the paint business, or was that focused on paint as well?
That was focused on paint.
Okay.
Yeah. So originally, I kind of went into the sealer group. It was probably maybe a year of sealer, and then I kind of migrated into the paint group. When I went to, actually, it was a trip I took to Germany for 6 months, work assignment, and I was there, and that was 100% paint. And then when I came back, I've been 100% paint since then. So automotive paint has been my
So
career.
20, 30 years of experience in automotive paint.
Yes.
That's a rarity,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I think there's a few people, probably you know more people that have this experience, like Jason, who used to work with us,
Yeah.
right? He's got that experience in paint. For John, right? He's a paint guy,
Yes.
right? The control side, but still a paint person nonetheless.
Right.
Right, but that family of people that have that deep paint maintenance and equipment knowledge,
Right.
it is the family's getting smaller every day, right? So I certainly appreciate the knowledge and skill that you have and bring.
Thank you.
And you're also a rider, a motorcycle rider,
Yes.
and you just this past year picked up a new Harley Davidson
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Yes.
But you were a rider before.
I was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were a Harley guy all along, or bounced around a couple different makes, or what?
Yeah. I was kind of like trying to fill my, literally since I was a teenager, dirt bikes, that type of thing.
Okay.
Graduated up to a road bike, which was more of an enduro type.
Okay.
Switched over to a Harley, after having kids and being able to afford it.
Right.
Since they were
Right.
further along in their
Sure.
education, and then I actually switched back. When I left Illinois, because I got a short stint of work down in Georgia.
Okay.
Paint Magna, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And also enduro riding at that time. Then sold that, came back to Illinois, and bought another Harley.
So you said you were in Georgia for a while. There's that famous biker. I think Robert was talking about it earlier today when we were seeing some people on bikes. Was it Dragon's
Dragon's Tail.
That's the other end of the Dragon. But that's not in Georgia. Where's that at? Virginia?
The Dragon's Tail is actually, I think it's in North Carolina.
Have you ridden that?
No.
No? Is that on the bucket list?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Next year? Year after?
If I can, this year, and next year for sure.
That's too long. So let me tell you about the bourbon we're having today. Okay, so this is Green River bourbon, and I've got, as I always do, my notes here. They're not very deep, but so Green River. This is a $33 offering, right? So here's the story. J.W. McCullough, he founded Green River Distillery in 1885. It became the 10th oldest distillery licensed in Kentucky, which is, I think it says on the bottle. It was advertised at the time as the whiskey without a headache, promoting the premium quality of the ingredients that were in the bottle. In 1897, the U.S. Marine Hospital Service awarded McCullough the honor of supplying the spirit to the Marine Service and U.S. embassies worldwide. At the 1900 Paris World's Fair Exposition, it was awarded the Best of Show. It went on to becoming it became the official medicinal whiskey of the U.S. Marine Hospital for officially 18 years, beginning in 1905. Although it appears to be the preferred whiskey offered by medics throughout World War I and World War II. Then in 1918, a fire reduced the distillery to ashes and destroyed more than 40,000 barrels. Although they were granted a permit to produce medicinal whiskey during Prohibition, the brand was sold off in 1933. Green River Bourbon stopped distribution in 1955. It did change hands a few times, but it essentially abandoned until 1993. There was a company, Terrasentia Corporation. It's a company founded in 2006. They acquired the old distillery. At the time, it was known as the Old Charles Medley Distillery, which, for all the Ordinary Guys Bourbon fans, I think it was episode 2, very early on with Chris Korn, we talked about Wathens, and there's a tie-in to that old Charles Medley Distillery in that. But it was known as Old Charles Medley. In 2014, it began reconstruction. The facility became operational again in 2016 under the name O.Z. Tyler Distillery. It was then rebranded back to Green River Distilling in 2020, returning to the original name that it started back in 1885. So the lineage goes back to 1885, but there was a 30, 40, 50, 60 year period where nothing happened at all, right? So this bourbon was Green River Bourbon. It was released in 2022. It was the same year that the distillery was then acquired by the Bardstown Bourbon Company. Subsequently, both Bardstown Bourbon Company, which was only founded in 2014, and considered one of the most technologically advanced distilleries for what it's worth. Both Green River and Bardstown Bourbon Company were sold, purchased, acquired. They're now under the umbrella of Lofted Spirits, which is owned by the Pritzker Private Capital. It's a leader in custom contract distillery. This offering is 90 proof, non-chill filtered, aged a minimum of 5 years. For those that care about like the mash bill, it's 70% Kentucky grown corn, 21% winter rye, and 9% malted barley. Bonus, it recently won the Ascot Award.
Which would be?
Well, I don't know. The Ascot stands for it's an initialism, right? It stands for American Spirit Council of Tasters.
Okay.
But an ascot, you'll know, is also a wide, often silk neckband.
Right.
Yeah, that's an ascot. Yeah, but it's also an award that they won both gold and platinum awards in 2024. So it's won some awards. This is Green River Bourbon.
Yeah.
So cheers.
It sounds enticing. Let's give it a try.
Let's see. And we've got our scoring balance in front of us. So. And while we're doing the scoring, it'd be disingenuous for me not to point out that we are on the road yet again. Ordinary Guys Bourbon seems to have been on the road for at least half the time in season 1. But we're trying different things, right? So like this episode, I'm standing on the right side instead of my normal place, which is on the left side. We're also standing, which there've been some comments about that maybe the sitting slouch position creates a little bit of a focuses on the man meat a little bit in the belly. But we're trying standing out, and we'll see how this goes. This I think will end up being our episode 15 or 16 for season 1. We'll probably target 24 episodes because back in the day, if you go to like a TV show like Frasier, the original, not the reboot, every episode was 20, or every season was 24 episodes. So it seems appropriate.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Cheers, interestingly, I think had some seasons that were 21 episodes and some that were 28.
It's all right in between.
Right in between. What a great program.
Yeah, perfect.
So let's get to our scoring.
I agree with you.
We are on the road. We're at the Westwood Shores Waterfront Resort. This is in Doors County, Wisconsin. Westwoodshores.net is the website for the resort we're at. This is a phenomenal place.
It is. It's fantastic. Go ahead.
It feels like Northern Michigan.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Nice view of the bay, Sturgeon Bay, right outside.
Sturgeon Bay.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And it feels like spring here, which is fantastic. And then, how many places can you feel spring and then see ice on a lake?
Central Illinois, probably. When you get to the design, this is kind of a neat bottle, and I was looking at this before we started doing the filming. The bottom of the bottle is a horseshoe. That's a throwback to Kentucky Stables or whatnot, but the DSP KY10, that's the official name for the 10th registered distillery in Kentucky.
Okay. That's very unique, I feel.
It is. It really is. So you've had a chance, Pete, to score the so the first one is Heritage. Maximum score is 20.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
I got 18.
8. That's a strong score.
Yeah.
So you want to explain a little bit behind
Well,
that?
I feel like, based on the, how this bourbon was developed,
Mm-hmm.
and, switching hands several times.
That's right.
The taste and I think the quality, not knowing what we started with.
That's right. That's
But
right.
what we have here right now,
Yeah.
they've got a product that is sellable, very much so.
18 is one of the stronger scores we've had.
Yeah.
And that's great. I mean, the best thing about this program is that it's people that are putting their honest, unbiased score down.
Right.
And everyone's palate's a little bit different, like a snowflake.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
everyone's interpretation of history and heritage is like a snowflake as well. I gave it a 13, also a strong score.
Yeah.
Not quite as strong as an 18, but that's good. Taste and drinkability, maximum 40 here. That's a big category.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I gave it a 35.
You like this one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's very drinkable. It's got a very, very smooth entry and exit on the palate.
Exit.
Yeah. Downwards.
Downward. Okay, good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So,
So
35. I've got a 30 for this. Affordability. This is a $33 offering. Max 30 score.
Yeah.
What do you got? 20. You like this?
Yeah. Based on the two tops, the other
That's
two
right.
scores.
That's right.
For what I felt those were, affordability, it's got it right there.
Pretty good. I scored strong as well. Not as strong, but 24. Yeah, it's a good score. And then the last one is design, which is kind of kitschy, I guess.
Yeah.
But the bottle, the uniqueness of the bottle, the label. What do you have for that?
I got a 9.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. And the reason for that is the horseshoe on the bottom.
It's unique.
Yeah, it's unique. I've seen, like if I look at a bottle of Lens, which is very unique.
Little grenade. Yeah.
And that's beautiful. I really think that this one, sitting on my work shelf.
Yeah. I think Green River has 4 different bourbons that they sell. All have the same shaped bottle.
Yes.
I think they got a rye, and they've got a barrel strength, and so maybe a wheated, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure. I had it a 7, also a strong score. Overall, you've got
91.
91. I've got a 74. So a good offering, delicious spirit, and Pete, thanks for being on the program.
Yeah.
So until next time.
Night.